Ancient echoes, the first settlers of Switzerland. Switzerland, nestled amidst the majestic Alps, boasts a history as rich and captivating as its breathtaking landscapes. The story of its first settlers is a fascinating journey through time, revealing the resilience and adaptability of early human societies. Long before the Swiss nation emerged, the land was a tapestry woven by diverse cultures. These early inhabitants left behind a legacy that continues to intrigue historians and archaeologists alike. Traces of early human presence date back to the Paleolithic era, with evidence of settlements found in caves and along lake shores. These ancient communities thrived by adapting to the challenging alpine environment. The Celtic Helvetii tribes established a prominent presence in the region by the 1st century BC, leaving an indelible mark on Swiss heritage. Their culture and traditions were deeply rooted in the land. Their encounters with the expanding Roman Empire would prove pivotal in shaping the destiny of the region. These interactions brought about significant cultural and societal changes. The Roman conquest of Gaul in the 1st century BC brought Switzerland under the sway of the Roman Empire. This conquest marked the beginning of a new chapter in Swiss history. Roman influence permeated Swiss society, leaving behind a legacy of language, law, and infrastructure. The Romans introduced advanced engineering and architectural techniques. The Romans established cities, constructed roads, and integrated the region into their vast empire. These developments laid the foundation for future growth and prosperity. However, the fall of the Roman Empire in the 5th century AD ushered in a new era for Switzerland. This period of transition set the stage for the medieval history that would follow. A pact forged in the Alps, the birth of the Swiss Confederation. Following the decline of Roman rule, Germanic tribes, including the Burgundians and Alemanni, migrated to the region. These migrations brought about a fusion of cultures and languages, shaping the linguistic diversity that characterizes Switzerland today. Amidst this backdrop of changing powers and shifting alliances, the seeds of Swiss independence were sown. In the late 13th century, 3 cantons in central Switzerland, Uri, Schweiz, and Unterwalden, found themselves increasingly at odds with the Habsburg dynasty, which sought to expand its dominion over the strategically important Alpine passes. Determined to resist Habsburg control, these cantons forged a pact of mutual defense. In August 1291, representatives from Uri, Schwitz, and Unterwalden gathered on the Rutli meadow overlooking Lake Lucerne. There they swore an oath of perpetual alliance, pledging to aid one another against any external threat. This historic pact, known as the Rutli Oath, is considered the founding act of the Swiss Confederation. Under the Habsburg shadow seeds of resistance. The Rutli Oath marked the beginning of a long and arduous struggle for Swiss independence. This historic pledge, taken by representatives of the 3 founding cantons, symbolized their commitment to mutual defense and resistance against external domination. The Habsburg dynasty, a powerful force in Europe, viewed the Swiss Confederation as a threat to its regional ambitions. Their vast territories and influence made them a formidable adversary for the fledgling Swiss alliance. The Habsburgs sought to reassert their control over the strategic Alpine passes and suppress the growing spirit of independence among the Swiss cantons. These passes were crucial for trade and military movements, making them highly contested. Conflicts between the Swiss Confederation and the Habsburgs erupted periodically throughout the 14th century. These battles were marked by intense skirmishes and strategic maneuvers in the challenging Alpine terrain. The Swiss, skilled in mountain warfare and fiercely protective of their freedoms, proved to be formidable adversaries. Their intimate knowledge of the rugged landscape gave them a significant advantage. They employed innovative tactics such as the use of halberds and pikes to counter the Habsburgs' mounted knights. These weapons allowed the Swiss infantry to effectively neutralize the cavalry's advantage. Despite facing a numerically superior enemy, the Swiss cantons achieved a series of remarkable victories. Their resilience and tactical ingenuity became legendary. These victories not only secured their independence, but also inspired other regions within the Holy Roman Empire to seek greater autonomy from feudal lords. The Swiss example ignited a broader movement for self-governance. The Swiss struggle for freedom became a beacon of hope for those yearning for self-determination. Their story of perseverance and triumph continues to inspire to this day. Section 4. The Roar of Rebellion, Battles for Swiss Freedom. The early 15th century witnessed a series of decisive battles that shaped the destiny of the Swiss Confederation. In 1403, the Battle of Vogelinsegg saw the Swiss inflict a crushing defeat on the Habsburgs, further solidifying their control over the strategic Gotthard Pass. However, it was the Battle of Morgarten in 1315 that truly cemented the Swiss reputation for military prowess. Outnumbered and outmaneuvered, the Swiss, led by Werner Stauffacher, devised a cunning strategy. They ambushed the Habsburg forces in a narrow mountain pass, using the terrain to their advantage. The Swiss victory at Morgarten sent shockwaves through Europe. It demonstrated that a determined force fighting for its freedom could overcome seemingly insurmountable odds. This victory not only secured Swiss independence, but also inspired other oppressed peoples to rise up against their oppressors. Section 5. Victories, etched in treaties securing Swiss sovereignty. The Swiss Confederation continued to expand its territory and influence throughout the 15th and 16th centuries. The cantons, bound by a shared commitment to independence and self-governance, formed alliances with neighboring cities and territories. These alliances strengthened the Confederation's position within the Holy Roman Empire and beyond. The Treaty of Westphalia in 1648, which brought an end to the 30 Years' War, formally recognized the Swiss Confederation as an independent state. This treaty marked a pivotal moment in Swiss history, as it enshrined the principle of Swiss neutrality and paved the way for the country's emergence as a modern nation-state. The Swiss Confederation's success in securing its independence and establishing a system of self-governance inspired political thinkers and reformers across Europe. The Swiss model of direct democracy and decentralized power-sharing influenced Enlightenment philosophers such as Jean-Jacques Rousseau, who saw in Switzerland a model for a more just and equitable society. Section 6. Neutrality, a shield and a sword. Following its formal recognition as an independent state, Switzerland adopted a policy of perpetual neutrality. This policy, enshrined in international treaties, stipulated that Switzerland would not participate in foreign wars or entangle itself in alliances that could drag it into conflicts. Neutrality became a cornerstone of Swiss foreign policy, shaping its interactions with the world for centuries to come. Switzerland's neutrality was not born out of isolationism, but rather from a pragmatic understanding of its geopolitical realities. Surrounded by powerful neighbors, Switzerland recognized that its best chance of survival lay in remaining aloof from the conflicts that engulfed Europe. However, Swiss neutrality was not without its challenges. The country faced pressure to take sides in various conflicts, and its neutral stance was not always respected by belligerent powers. Nevertheless, Switzerland remained steadfast in its commitment to neutrality, using its unique position to promote dialogue, mediate disputes, and provide humanitarian assistance. Section 7. From Confederation to Federation: the Evolution of Modern Switzerland. For centuries, the Swiss Confederation functioned as a loose alliance of sovereign cantons, each with its own laws, customs, and systems of governance. This decentralized structure allowed for a great deal of local autonomy and diversity, but it also posed significant challenges. However, the 19th century witnessed growing calls for greater centralization and unity among the cantons. The desire for a more cohesive national identity and efficient governance became increasingly apparent. The Napoleonic Wars, which swept across Europe, highlighted the limitations of the Confederation's decentralized structure. The external pressures and internal conflicts underscored the need for a more unified approach to national defense and policy-making. In 1848, following a brief civil war known as the Sonderbund War, a new Swiss federal constitution was adopted. This pivotal moment marked the beginning of a new era for Switzerland. This constitution transformed Switzerland from a loose confederation of states into a federal republic. It established a stronger central government while still preserving the autonomy of the cantons. It established a bicameral parliament, a federal council and a federal court system, providing a framework for greater national unity and more effective governance. These institutions were designed to balance power and ensure representation for all regions. The adoption of the federal constitution marked a turning point in Swiss history. It was celebrated as a triumph of unity and progress. It laid the foundation for the modern Swiss state, characterized by its commitment to democracy, federalism, and the rule of law. These principles have guided Switzerland's development and stability ever since. The new constitution also enshrined fundamental rights and freedoms, ensuring the protection of individual liberties and promoting social justice. This commitment to human rights has become a cornerstone of Swiss identity.